Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Hello and welcome inside today's OCAA matchup between the Seneca Sting and your Loyalist Lancers. My name's Stephen Schill alongside Caleb Sagan. Apologies for a little bit of a late start here. 7:56 here played so far. Seneca with the best opportunity of the day so far coming from Lorenco. As we see another one coming through in Seneca, putting that through.
Yeah, just sliding through the hands of Mealing there.
You're going to see Gold is trying to see the back number on there. That's going to be Martina Pania. And apologies for the video delay on this as well. We are having some technical difficulties here, so it is going to be audio only, and we'll try to bring you what we can see on here. But again, first goal of the day going towards the Seneca Sting. Martina Pania putting that one away. Emily Mealing again making some incredible saves moments before that. Lance is going to kick us off here. Going to be Dennis Bertrand. Trying to find the side to Kaylee Smith. Not going to find it. Sting take over. It's Hutton. Then Lance just take it right back. It's going to be Weingarten who puts that out. And Seneca in possession. Inbounding. Mora. Smith intercepts that. Tries to pass it ahead. Another turnover. Seneca now rotating back for their defenders. Dennis Bertrand trying to pick that off. Without able to, as we're seeing some heavy pressure from Bullis on the far side. Seneca now trying to give a through ball here for Lorenco. And Lorenco breaking through the Lancer defender, but having to pivot for a moment, trying to re-find a fellow teammate. Does so, goes to the middle. Going to be Pania up ahead. And a shot's going to get off, but a little bit high there. Another great effort from Seneca, feeling some confidence after that first initial goal.
Yeah, exactly. That first through ball that you were talking about definitely sprung the Seneca player to try to get aggressive and play towards the net. Lancers looking a little tired out here, but it is hot and it is very sunny. I could see how this sun will definitely be eating at the players when it comes to longevity of this game.
Emily Mealing here with a quick pass to Reese on the side. Reese puts it up ahead. It's going to be to Weingarten. Weingarten with Smith right next to her. Trying to find an opening, passes it back, and we're just going to have a boot ahead. Going to be quickly turned over, but then potentially again. Or no, Seneca's hanging on to this one. It's going to be Mustafi who breaks through, passes ahead to Lorenco, and Emily Mealing jumping ahead to cut that one off. But Lorenco with several amazing opportunities back to back. And now just checking on the scoreboard, it is 0-0, so the goal that we called a moment ago might have actually been taken back. However, it was started at the beginning, so maybe the scoreboard is just a little bit delayed on our end, but we do believe that it's 1-0 for Seneca Sting. It is about 10:41 into this match as Seneca Sting in position, passing ahead to Lorenco. We're in the number 9. Lorenco trying to get through several Lancer defenders here, trying to find an opening. Have a pass through, but Lancer's going to cut that off, but Sting still in possession. It's going to be Hutton. Now closest side to us as we see Suwula to Hutton. Hutton looking for an opening, swinging it to the middle here. Going to the far side. Sting get a header on it. It's Metcalf Simiana, but ends up putting that out of bounds. Now we have the scoreboard fully updated, so it is officially 1-0 for the Seneca Sting. Again, apologies for some of the video technical difficulties that we're having. Hopefully have that fixed soon for you. Emily Mealing with the kick. It's up ahead. Kaylee Smith trying to get it. Touches it just barely on her head, but it's going to be taken by Hutton, who's against Weingarten here. Hutton and Weingarten, excuse me. And Hutton able to take Weingarten off of that with a latch touch off Weingarten. A referee deciding to change his mind on this one and giving it to the Lancers for a throw-in. It's going to be Mackenzie Reese on the throw-in.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Lancers really try to get a nice push here, get some good touches, moving themselves forward towards the enemy goal line here.
Smith trying to get through the defenders upfield, ends up hitting it ahead, and it's going to go off of Hutton. So Lancers move up just a little bit on the field. Reese with a quick throw into Bentley. It gets quickly taken away, but Reese ends up stealing that back and taken away again here. Kind of a dynamic power duo. We're in 16 and 17, Mustafi and Suwala. As we see Suwali with another shot here, and Emily Mealing goes jumping up and grabbing that one. Great save from Emily Mealing.
Yeah, that Seneca player definitely wanting to do it all there and grab the glory, but Emily Mealing was not going to allow that ball to bypass it this time.
Deep kick from Mealing trying to find Bullis. They're going a little bit too heavy, so Seneca now back in possession. Seneca is now rotating around. It's going to be Mora to Peralta Fernandez. Now with it, Marriott of the Lancers trying to give some offensive pressure. Well, Seneca is in possession of it. Seneca able to get it up the pitch. Uddenberg here, kicking it off a Lancer player, so it's going to be Sting ball for a throw-in. Throwing is short to Pania. And goes straight back out off of a Lancer player. So Seneca with another throw in here, and they do so. Going for a run here, kind of a breakaway on the far side. Kaylee Smith coming up aggressively, getting that ball out of bounds, so it's going to be a corner kick here for the Sting.
Great job by Kaylee Smith, really pushing herself to get to that ball and stop this aggressive attack by Seneca Sting there.
Again, this is the second home game here for the Lancer squad. First game playing up against the George Brown Huskies. Definitely feeling a little bit more calm, cool, and collected when with the ball. And again, the season is so short here for women's OCAA soccer. Corner kick coming in. Lancer has one member on the post. As the kick comes in, we're going to go on the far side. Not going to end up finding anybody, but Seneca Sting still going to be holding on to it. But Lancers pick it off right quick. It's going to be a 2-on-1 in the corner. Sting in possession. Now we see Metcalf Simeon, who kicks that out off of a Lancer player, so it's still going to be Sting ball. Sting inbound. Mora going to be picked off by Weingarten, actually. And then picked off again here is Seneca, Weingarten, and Pania are fighting for it. Seneca scrambling here defensively as Marriott goes back to the goalkeeper, who now has possession of it. And the ball kicked ahead. It's going to be Palermo from Seneca. Mustafi and Weingarten need an extra assistance. 2 against 1 there. Seneca walk away with it. Kick up ahead. Trying to find the through ball, and it's going to be so, but Emily Mealing coming out of her crease to stop that effort. But Seneca finding some openings, staying in possession. A nice little flick back from Weingarten to Smith, who Smith tries to give it back to Weingarten, but Weingarten wasn't expecting that one making the move, so Seneca's going to grab that one back. It's going to be Hutton and Weingarten here on this side, but it's going to be last touch against the Lancers. Lancers making a substitution. Kayla Smith trying to catch that one, but that is not going to be successful. Seneca Sting still in possession here, making a run up the floor. Another through ball, trying to find Siwula. Siwula against Mealing, and Mealing takes that one, and Siwula goes down pretty hard in the crease here. We'll see if she's okay on that one. Mealing with a phenomenal save, but great offensive effort from the Sting here. Siwula is now back up. Looks like she's all right. But quite a collision there in front of the net. Mealing coming out again. As the Seneca Sting go for kind of an aggressive pass into the box, but just goes to Mealing's hand.
Yeah, Mealing's doing a fantastic job there of keeping her team in it by stopping that. It was a great look for the Seneca Sting, but Mealing knowing what was available and taking away all those options from that goal opportunity.
Peralta Fernandez with a far kick to the back, trying to keep in Seneca position, but a little bit heavy on the touch here. Seneca trying to keep it in bound, not going to be the case, so it's going to be Lancer ball again. 16:52 with the Sting leading 1-0. Martina Pania with the only goal of the game thus far for the Sting.
We also have a substitution coming in. We have 7 leaving and I want to say 18 coming in, possibly 13 from this distance.
I think it's number 12, Jen Keller.
I guess I was wrong.
And we're pretty far away on the far side here. Palermo here with a kick short. Sting. It's bringing it up the pitch. Going to be Mustafi. And Kaylee Smith here colliding. But referee going to say Smith was a little bit too heavy touched. in that tackle. Going to be for the Sting here. Peralta Fernandez. He wanted to decide just to pass back to Bianca Mora. That pass ends up being turned over. Not going to be Weingarten. Taylor Weingarten turning that one over. And then a pass ahead that wasn't prepared, and Reese was trying to wait to see if Seneca Sting was going for a run there, and there was a little bit of a late delay, and so Siwula, realizing that, but thinking that she could outmatch Reese there, but kind of being a little bit too aggressive in that, so it's going to be Lancer, free kick. Ada Beal to Reese. Back to Beal, but it's picked off. And a through ball trying to go from Siwula to Dolorenko. Emilian able to kick that off to the side to the newly checked in Jen Keller. On the far side, we see a pass that was to nobody and going to be picked off here by Seneca that goes out of bounds right away. So they're just going to throw it in right quick. And Seneca trying to keep some momentum, but Dennis Bertrand in the midfield able to take that one back. Kaylee Smith now ahead to Marriott. Marriott gets a single touch on that to the far side, but it's going to be a little bit too hot to handle. It's going to be Udenberg for the Sting here against Bullis on the far side. And Udenberg able to get the best of that interaction. And passing ahead, Lynch is going to pick that off. Balson to the inside, Dennis Bertrand here. With some fancy feet, trying to find an opening, putting it back to Weingarten, who gets it through, but it's going to be a 3-on-1, and Seneca takes that back. Kaylee Smith trying to play aggressive with it and able to snag that one away from the Sting. It's going to be Kaylee Smith able to put that just in front of the net, but unfortunately goes straight to Diva Palermo, but probably best offensive effort so far of the day for the Lancers.
Yeah, I'd love to see the other Lancers being a little more aggressive towards that ball. It looks like we are a little standoffish as we are trying to second guess our opportunities. If it is an opportunity there, I think the Lancers should do a great job of really putting heavy pressure and putting the Seneca Sting in a little uncomfortable situation.
Peralta Fernandez here in possession. A little pass ahead to Musafai. Back to Palermo in net. Is going to go short. Just to their side, and Finesca. Siwula trying to go for a heavy run, setting up Martina Pania here.
Yeah, definitely played the body a little too aggressive there by Seneca Sting there, pushing down the Lancer player, going to that fast break opportunity. Honestly, it would have been a great look for the Sting.
Going to be Keller here. Was able to get through and sends the ball ahead, but a little bit too heavy. It's just going to go to Diva Palermo, who kicks it ahead quickly. Lynch is able to intercept that one. It's going to be Weingarten. Looking to the far side. Not able to find their player, so that's just going to roll out, and Sting are going to have a throw in. Attention was for Taylor Weingarten wearing the number 21 jersey. Sting. Now on their own half of the pitch. Some aggression from the other Weingarten. Kaylee Weingarten able to set that up. It's going to be Kaylee Smith here. We now Taylor Weingarten out to the corner. Trying to break through the tackle of Mora. Ends up getting through. Now it's going to be Weingarten with the shot that goes through to the far side. Lances off just a little bit. Seneca Sting scrambling to try to get that through. Lancers put it back in front of the net of Seneca, but now Seneca's on a run the other way. It's going to be Lorenko and Siwula, but Emily Mealing of the Lancers able to jump out in front of that net again. We're 21-40 into this one. Sting in the lead by 1.
Yeah, that was a great look for the Lancers there. Honestly, having a great rebound and possibly their best look at the net would have came off of that goalie block from Seneca there. Very juicy rebound for the Lancers. Just sadly, we're not able to corral it into a goal.
Sting having Siwula and Lorenko there up front, providing a lot of attention whenever they are getting those through balls. Again, a couple unfortunate chances for the Sting. Well, there was some referee calls on being a little bit too aggressive, but Seneca Sting with definitely more opportunities than the Lancers thus far in the first half. And Lancers is going to be making a substitution. We're going to see Jenna May Oikel checking in, wearing the number 4 jersey. Lancers with it, with a pass ahead. This is going to be picked off immediately by Hutton, who sends it back for Seneca to regroup Mora. Mora looking for an opening up front. It's going to be to Suwala. Kaylee Smith able to take that away. It's going to be Reese now. Colliding with Hutton, going to go off Hutton, so Lancer throw in. Mackenzie Reese trying to find Kaylee Smith. Does so. Smith deciding to keep it for the most part, but now passing off to Kaylee Weingarten. That goes to Jen Keller on the far side. Peralta Fernandez able to knock that one away for a second, but ends up putting that out of bounds. So Lancer's going to have a throw in here. And I think the referee might be calling a water break here. So with that being said, we'll be back momentarily. All right, after that water break, we are back again. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we are bringing you the audio variation of the game. My name is Stephen Schill alongside Caleb Sagan. Seneca in possession here with the throw-in that's going to go into Weingarten of the Lancers. Takes it. Weingarten decided not to pass it ahead, trying to go back here to reset up a play. Jen Keller pressing it ahead, but Seneca now taking over. Seneca on the closest side to us here with some room. It's going to be Hutton who decides to pass back instead of going ahead. Now it's going to be Mora back to Hutton. Hutton not able to take the first touch on that one, but Kaylee Smith going to intercept that one. Trying to pass that to Weingarten. Weingarten with a nice touch, and now Lancers are off on the far side. It looks like it's going to be potentially picked off immediately, and it is that way. Unfortunately for the Lancers, but Peralta Fernandez here doing some great work on the defensive end for the Sting. Kicked ahead by Udenberg. Lorenko. Lancers end up staking that away from Lorenko. We're going to see a far shot coming through. Holy smokes. Not actually that bad of an effort there from Kaylee Weingarten.
Yeah, honestly, if it was any higher, there's a chance that Palermo might not have gotten the reach on that one.
Palermo going for a short kick to Peralta Fernandez. Fernandez again resorting for a short kick to Mustafi. It's going to be picked off on that initial first touch by Kaylee Smith. That's going to be Oikel for the Lancers. Tries to pass it to Dennis Bertrand. Bertrand ahead to Oikel. Oikel on the far side trying to prevent it from going out of bounds. And the referee's going to say last touch on the Lancers. Seneca Sting trying to throw that one in quickly here. Seneca Sting on a 3-on-4 breakaway. Now to see Suwala with a far shot that just goes in. Suwala finding that angle as Emily Mealing goes diving for that one. And a perfect placement from Marlene Suwala. And the Sting right from the back when they were able to get that throw in. We're going for a very fast-paced environment and ends up paying off for them.
Yeah, that water break really gave her the juice she needed to come back in this game. Plus, that was a fantastic, deep, slow, rolling corner shot. The outstretched arm of Mealing just could not reach it.
Leah Marriott going to be kicking us off here. Again, 27:44 played. Seneca Sting now up 2-zip. Marlene Suwala with 1 goal, as we just saw a moment ago, and then Martina Pania with the other for the Sting. Lancers now trying to quickly move upfield, but Sting going to take possession. Udenberg. Fanesca to Mora. To Suwala. Pania. We're going to see a through ball here to Lorenko, who's trying to find an opening with a high kick. It's a little bit too far. Goes over the football rails, but not close enough to the net, and so it's going to be a Lancer goal kick.
Yeah, Lancers are always on this constant up and down kind of momentum here where we do such a good job of keeping the Seneca Sting at bay and stopping those runs, and then they have an opportunity where they get a little momentum and they continue to find breaks through our chain link defense here.
Million to Jen Keller on the far side for a quick little kick in, but that's going to be given to the Sting on the far side of the pitch here. So Sting with a throw in, moving up several players again. Sting playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players up right outside of the box. Potentially count 7. Trying to play very, very aggressively here is the Sting. It's going to go off them right away. Good defensive effort from the Lancers, so quick throw in. Going to be given back to the Sting here. Sting on the throw-in. Believe it's Pania. Trying to find Suwala, does so. Pass to the inside. Suwala tries to go for that no-look, but it's going to end up working out. We're going to see a shot coming through from Metcalf Simiana. But going to be no good. See another substitution coming in from the Lancers. Dennis Bertrand being taken out. Mealing to Reese. And Lancers aren't able to hold possession of that, so Seneca Sting now going to grab it. Siwala was going to take that one, but decides to give it to Bianca Mora for the throw-in here. Siwala wanting to add a second to her tally here. Peralta Fernandez now on the far side with Weingarten on. It goes for a nice little touch on the inside and a tip, and that's going to be a goal from Aaliyah Mossini-Spence.
Yeah, that was a great inside pass for the Seneca Sting there. Really having players moving and without the ball, trying to find ways to get open, to get better looks at the net. And that's exactly what they wanted to do is exactly what they achieved there.
And excuse me, I believe that the goal was actually Faith Metcalf Simiana, but the numbers I couldn't see at the time, I thought it was 21. Seneca Sting only have the numbers on the back, so apologies for that one. So the goals so far for Seneca Sting, got 3 on the board, 1 just a moment ago from Faith Metcalf Simiana, 1 from Marlene Siwula, and from Martina Pania. As Lancers try getting it out, but giving it over to the Sting here. It's going to be Hutton. Referee going to give a free kick here to the Lancers.
I think they might get a throw in here.
Oh, excuse me, my bad. I thought I was confused, didn't know if that was a foul, if I missed it or not. But just going out of bounds. Kaylee Smith against several Sting defenders trying to get through that. The referee saying that there's too much touch on that. So I believe Lancers now going to get that free kick.
Yeah, it's a great look opportunity here. Kind of at the corner of the penalty box here. Wanting Lancers to really put a big emphasis on driving that ball to net, cutting to the net with opportunities and looking to score with aggression here.
Kaylee Weingarten for the Lancers here to take it. Sting only opting for a 2-man wall. Fairly far outside of the net as well, and nobody on the inside post. 5 Lancers in the box. Weingarten with the shot that's going straight on net and easily grabbed there by Diva Perelmo, who I said easy, but then was out of their hand for a second. She's grabbing her left hand there. Not sure if any Lancers got a foot on that one, but no worse for wear.
Kind of was in her hands, and then it was through her legs, and she had to turn around and really put emphasis on making sure that ball didn't roll any further back.
Hutton and Mora here on the closest side of the pitch to us. Passing it back to Finesca. Finesca trying to kick it ahead. And it's going to go out of bounds here, so Lancers grab a ball. Lancers creating some great pressure here, trying to force the Sting to stay in their defensive zone.
Yeah, I love to see the Lancers use this momentum here and really put a great effort on trying to make a goal here for the Lancers.
Peralta Fernandez here, looking like she's going to be making a run up, trying to find and see if there's an opening, and does so. It's going to be Marlene Sewula again, as we see one Lancer back for that, but Sewula with a break off to the left side goes for a left kick and straight into the hands of Emily Millian. Millian with the goal kick going to the middle. Taylor Bentley trying to come up with it. It's going to go straight through. And Emma Finesca now for the Sting. This side, Uddenberg. Peralta Fernandez sends it back. Sting holding a moment here in their defensive end, just circling the ball around, trying to keep possession. Mustafi passing it back to Peralta Fernandez. Peralta Fernandez a moment ago setting up a very good through ball, but Oikel picking it out for just a moment, but Sting getting it back. Now it's going to be Uddenberg to Pania to Lorenko. Lorenko here against Kaylee Smith. Tries to go on the inside, but Kaylee Smith trying to prevent that and does so. It's going to be Jen Keller now, trying to get it out of the Lancer zone. It was a little bit too hot for Oikel just above her, so it's going to be out of bounds and Sting ball. Peralta Fernandez to the inside. It's going to be Sewula, and the referee calls it offside, even though she puts the ball in the net there. Great eyes from the Seneca side. But unfortunately, off position just slightly.
Yeah, those are the ones that the Lancers are really happy did not convert, as there was a player kind of just out in their open. Sewula was unguarded for sure in that position.
Maybe Jen Keller. Has ahead of Weingarten. Weingarten with a little bit of a deke. Able to bring that back out to center field here, trying to find Reese. Reese takes it. Reese having a moment to decide. Trying to put a ball ahead, but ends up going to the Sting. Kaylee Smith trying to win that back. Doesn't end up doing so. Hutton passing it back to the goalkeeper in Palermo. As we saw Marriott of the Lancers again trying to find her first few touches and able to, wanting to attempt a shot here on the Sting net. Again, Lancers looking for their first goal of the season here. Only 3 games in. It's going to be Reese for the inbound. Reese finds Marriott. Marriott with the touch on the outside off her head, but going to go out of bounds, so Sting goalkeeper kick. Again, 36-12, 3-0 in favor of the Seneca Sting. About 10 minutes left in this first half. Palermo with a kick ahead. Going to be Peralta Fernandez here. Under heavy pressure and going for a run to the far side, passing it backwards. Sting trying to find an opening. Going to go to Hutton. Or excuse me, that was Mora. Up to the side, Lorenko trying to find a head, this time to Hutton. Hutton with a little bit of an awkward first touch, and Lance's trying to capitalize on that one with Weingarten trying to get that. And Hutton with a little bit of an aggressive push. The referee's going to say, here's a free kick because of that. And immediately the Lancers turn that over, trying to run up the pitch. That's going to be a throw-in now for the Sting. Mora. Kick to the inside, trying to find Sewula. Doesn't end up being the case. Lancers now in possession. Kaylee Weingarten trying to find an opening with several dekes in a row here. Pushes it ahead to the other Weingarten. And Taylor able to get that one ahead, but now it's going to be a 2-on-2 in the corner with Sting in possession. They find Hutton. Hutton against Kaylee Smith. Kaylee Smith trying to win that one. Does so. Tries to get ahead. A little bit of an aggressive tackle from behind. Referee says that's okay, but Sting. Peralta Fernandez. Foneska with a heavy kick ahead, trying to find Siwula. But great defensive effort there from Brooke Balson, making sure Siwula is not able to get that first touch on that one. And Emily Milling coming out of her net to pass ahead. Jen Taylor playing as the left back position in this game. Now the Lancers trying to decide as Siwula approaches her. It's going to be turned over for half a second, but Lancers back in possession, and it's going to be turned over again here. And Siwula on the far side against Balson. And Siwula getting through again. Lorenko, was stopping there for a second and ended up getting the shot off, and Lorenko ended up putting that one in. So that's going to be her first of the game. So 4 different goal scorers here for the Seneca Sting. And the Sting coming out here very, very strong.
Yeah, Lancers getting caught in a position where it was a little 2-on-1 action, and for the most part, the aggressor of that opportunity is always going to get a better look at the net, and the Lancer defender just couldn't figure out or couldn't stop the Swula by herself or the cutting other Seneca player who was definitely in opportunities to score there and did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Lancers definitely having a couple of one-on-one positions throughout. Not too many back, but again, Seneca Sting throughout this game has played several ladies forward. So we're kicking off here again. Just about 6 minutes left in this first half. It's going to be Reese, who ends up colliding with Siwula. Still able to hold in possession for a second here, as Siwula is trying to be aggressive and getting that one back. Doesn't be the case. That's going to be Kaylee Smith for the Lancers. And Seneca Sting now with it. Peralta Fernandez to the back. Emma Foneska. Foneska under pressure, but holding it throughout. Going to be passed back to Diva Palermo, the goalkeeper here for Seneca, who swings it back over to Mora on the closest side to us. Kaylee Smith and Mustafi. Peralta Fernandez now with a pass to the side. It's going to be Uddenberg now trying to bring it up the floor against Oikel. Does so. Hutton now, I think making the switch as she's on the other side now as Lorenko is going against Jen Taylor and gets the best of that. And a kick on the inside. It's going to be Siwala here trying to pass through. It's going to get through, looking for Metcalf Simiana for a second. Doesn't end up being the case. Gets the ball to the outside, and Martina Pania with a shot that's a little bit far to the left, so not going to count as a shot on goal. But great, great, great offensive effort here from the Sting.
Yeah, the Sting, a very aggressive, very forward-looking, attacking team. They've won a number of their games this year by at least 5, sometimes 4 goals. But you could see how aggressive they play. They're really good at springing their better and faster strikers to get great looks at goals.
Goal kick from Emily Mealing to Kaylee Smith ends up getting turned over. So now Sting in possession after making some rounds for passes. We're going to see up to the far side. No referee flag in the air. So it looks like now we got Siwula passing to the inside. It's going to be Metcalf Simiana. And Lancers are now back in possession. It's going to be Weingarten trying to find somebody. There's a little bit of a deke to find an opening. It's going to be Taylor Weingarten. Going to just immediately be passed to the Seneca Sting here. Uddenberg ahead. Going to be to Hutton. Just passed to Peralta Fernandez, and there's about 5 up front here for the Lancers, and there's going to be no call off, and that shot coming from Martina Pania. But again, we're seeing constantly where the Seneca Sting have, upwards of 5 offensive players and only a handful of Lancers back, and they're not going to be able to match those man-to-man unless they're...
Yeah, fantastic job by Mealing by stopping that ball, but there was an opportunity. From our vantage point, there was 4 Seneca Sting players at one Emily Mealing with maybe a trailing Lancer defender. So a great stop by there, but definitely could have been a much different case if the Seneca Sting would have passed the ball.
Peralta Fernandez here with the corner kick. Again, 3 minutes to go in this first half. I was going to go to the middle. Hutton with a touch on that. But it's just going to go out on the far side. Going a little bit too heavy for what this thing we're hoping for on that. McNutt with the throw in. Pania to Lorenko to Siwula Back to Lorenko. Lorenko here with an opening, and Emily Mealing with a fantastic save, but having to jump back into her net and shove that one out as it almost went in. Great second chance effort just from the ball itself rolling on that one, but Mealing with a great athletic effort to get back and make sure that that one wasn't going in.
Yeah, Emily Mealing made that first stop, popping it nice and high, but it did find a chance to roll behind her, so she had to gather herself and really punch that ball out from going inside the net.
Morin and Peralta Fernandez here with the back-to-back and decides to pass it back to Diva Palermo deep in the Seneca defensive end. As we saw the Lancers' Rachel Hack trying to create some offensive pressure there. We Peralta Fernandez. Gonna go ahead here. It's gonna be Hutton with a breakaway. Talia Hutton with a high shot that's just a little bit too high. Or again, Sting having several offensive efforts here in a row. Mealing. The kick out that's going to go through the Seneca defender that picked it off, but Seneca is going to end up in possession with it. Peralta Fernandez again. Seneca continually throughout this game using their defenders to rotate the ball, finding the spot on the pitch, finding an opening, getting the Lancer players to move. Great job here from the Sting as the ball goes ahead on kind of a no-look pass, but it's going to be Reese that's grabbing that for the Lancers here. That's going to get pushed out of bounds. So Sting with a throw-in. Sabula to Mustafi. Oikel grabbing that one and just trying to kick it out of their own zone. Doesn't end up finding anybody. Mora. Mustafi, who ends up turning it over. It's going to be Weingarten here. Kaylee Smith kicking that one ahead.
I think they will call a penalty there.
I was going to say, it looked like Kaylee Smith ended up going down on that one, so I think it's going to be a free kick.
This doesn't look like anyone wants a free kick.
It doesn't look like anybody wants it. True.
But I could imagine how hot it is out there on that field. They are sitting directly in the sun for the majority of the game, and it is 2 o'clock, so that sun is beaming directly down on them.
Ada
Not a
Beal
cloud in sight.
kicks ahead and ends up getting picked off immediately, and so we're going to see a run now from the Seneca Sting. It's going to be Lorenko with an opportunity gifted to her, and she goes for a far shot way outside the box. And that's just going to go out. Referee could be blowing the whistle any second now. As Emily Mealing looks around to see where she wants to pass it. It's going to be to McNutt. McNutt with some room to take it up. Passes it ahead. It's going to be Hack here. Lancers end up turning that over. Palermo. Sting goalkeeper. Just kicking it just in front of her. To Mora. Metcalf Simeon. Trying to find an opening. Going to be Mustafi. Sting taking their time. Peralta Fernandez. The through ball to Lorenko. Lorenko with another shot here with her left foot, and finding that one is Daniela Lorenko with her second of the game. Sting looking phenomenal in this outing against the Lancers. Again, holding possession, playing back on the defensive end, finding those through balls, and getting the odd man rushes.
Yeah, there isn't any slowdown to their game here. They are continually going to keep the foot on the gas pedal throughout the whole entire game, and it shows. They do a great job of controlling their first touch, looking up and seeing players cutting and running towards the net and making moves without the ball with them. Just constantly being active out there.
Referee still letting this one go, even though we are beyond the 45-minute mark of this first half. As Reese is in. I'm going to just kind of let that one ride out as the referee does finally call an end to this first half. Again, Seneca Sting up 5-0. We'll give you a recap and more when we're back with second half action momentarily. All right, we're back with second half action again. The Seneca Sting leading 5-0. Lancers looking for their first goal of the season, hoping to see it in the second half. My name is Stephen Schill alongside Caleb Sagan. Is Seneca now in possession? As we saw Palermo with that first touch. It's going to be up to Pania. Now trying to find an opening. Seneca throughout this entire game has kept it, honestly, in their end for the most of it, just rotating around, trying to find an opening, and playing also very aggressive on the front side. We've seen several opportunities for this thing with, four-plus players up front. Let's see Lancers now with it. Bit of a tic-tac-toe between the two teams. Oh, excuse me. Palermo is no longer in net now for the Seneca Sting. Thank you, Caleb, for letting me know about that one. Once we're able to see the number, we'll let you know. But Lancers now in possession. It's going to be Weingarten here to Smith. Smith trying to just poke that through of the Sting, but not going to be the case. But Sting going to end up turning it over for themselves now. As we see Shaylin McNutt with it. It gets it ahead. Going to be Hutton now of the Sting against Weingarten. Weingarten taking a tumble, but Hutton with it. Lancers knocked that out of bounds, so Sting with the throw-in. Kayla Uddenberg on the throw-in. Peralta Fernandez going with a quick kick ahead to Lorenko, but just goes to Ada Beal of the Lancers, and Beal putting that off to the side is going to be thrown here for the Sting.
Nice throw in here, but I think it will go back to the goalie kick. Mealing gonna get a chance to clear it out for her Lancers, get her out of that little danger zone there.
It's going to be Reese with the pass from Mealing. Now bringing it up the pitch. I'm going to immediately turning that one over. Sting now pressing ahead. Lancers trying to take that one. But Sting, a little bit of a heavy touch on that one there against McNutt, excuse me. So Lancers now going to get a free kick, going to be taken by Brooke Balson. Balson with a kick ahead, finding Smith. Smith with a little bit of an awkward first touch is going to be given over to the Sting. Sting now in possession. It's going to be Metcalf Simiana. It's going to the far side. Finding Atwall, I believe. And Atwall going against Mealing. Mealing spreading out there. Unable to stop that shot. And Oikel. Now with the Sting defender heavy in motion. Magnotta there against Oikel. Going off Oikel now. So Seneca Sting with it. It's 3 minutes played in this second half. Sting leading 5-0 with goals from Martina Pania. 2 from Daniela Lorenko, 1 from Marlene Suwula, and 1 from Faith Metcalf Simiana. The ball goes in, trying to find Metcalf Simiana. Going to be slightly heavy on the outside. It's going to be kicked out of bounds here from the Lancers, so Seneca Sting in a very offensive position. Now for that throw-in, Lancers leaving 1 up front for a breakaway. Sting only having 2 back to defend that. Otherwise playing extraordinarily offensively, positionally wise. Kicks in, Kaylee Smith trying to prevent that. Able to snag that one away and getting that up ahead. Going to go straight back to the Sting here. Smith taking it away for her own. But it's going to be turned over again. Uddenberg now wearing the captain's armband for the Sting. Tamora. Oikel able to knock down ahead, but Mora able to jump up ahead. It's going to end up going off the Lancers here, so Sting with a quick throw-in. Peralta Fernandez to the side. We're going to see Talia Hutton. Hutton trying to slow it down. Trying to get around the Lancer defender. Lancer defender falls down, as does the Sting defender, and referee's going to give a free kick on the play. Metcalf Simiana setting it up for Peralta Fernandez here to take the kick. The rest of the Sting moving up in front of the box of Emily Mealing.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Lancers really crowd this box and do a great job of helping Emily Mealing clear this ball as fast as possible. Great save by Mealing there. The free kick was trying to go for a goal instead of trying to push it to center the ball out. Mealing establishing that, recognizing really early, getting a big stop on that ball there.
Seen a lot of the times, again, most of the free kicks here, if it's anywhere near the box, players are just going for that shot. That one, again, off of the far side corner. Not just in the corner itself, but still able to make that shot. And Mealing, as Caleb said, getting that one down. Fortunately, don't have live stats for you here, but will be very interesting. Mealing seemingly having saved a ton this afternoon. As Uttenberg in possession for the Sting. Peralta Fernandez to the outside. Going to be Mora now taking it up the pitch under not too much pressure. Tries to put a ball to Lorenko. Lorenko going for a sprint, but Emily Mealing of the Lancers coming as far as she can outside of the net. Just going to pick that one up here. Lancers again looking for their first goal of the season. Mealing with a deep kick here. It's not going to find any Lancer, but it's going to go off of Peralta Fernandez, so Lancers get it right back just as good.
Yeah, this is right here. This is where the Lancers' gears need to switch here and really put a little more emphasis on getting the ball down there, getting good looks at the net here. We have a new goalie for the Seneca Sting and really challenge her and force her to make some plays that maybe she wasn't going to see at all.
Ball's going to go over to the side here for the Sting. It's going to be Kaylee Smith who's able to prevent that after the goal kick from the Sting on the outside. Kaylee Smith trying to find on the inside to hack, but not going to be able to do so. Seneca's defense is holding up strong now, and the other way, we're seeing Seneca going up the pitch to Mustafi and get another through ball to Lorenko, but as we see the Lancers, Balson kicking out to the side now. It's going to be Oikel of the Lancers trying to find Tiana Bentley, but not going to be able to do so. Going for the other number 7 of the Sting is Pania, picking that one up. Heavily guarded, but back to their defensive side. Sting now with it. Uttenberg trying to find an opening with a kick on the inside to Lorenko. Going to be picked off there by Ada Beal and just runs back to Emily Mealing of the Lancers, who does a quick kick here. Not waiting too long for that one. As Bentley gets tangled up with Peralta Fernandez. Referee doesn't call anything on that. Sting now with possession. A little pass to the inside, trying to find Metcalf Simiana, but not able to do so. Lancers just knocked that one out in their own zone, so it's going to be a throw-in here for the Sting. Lancers making a substitution. Going to be Mackenzie Reese checking out of this one. Sting with a throw-in. On the far side again, several players in an offensive position, but Emily Mealing able to pick that one up. They're not too much of a threat of the kick in the box. Gonna be Taylor Weingarten here. Be Kaylee Weingarten now. Back to Taylor. Gonna be picked off by Uttenberg. Mustafi kicks it ahead. No, Seneca Sting goes too aggressive at that run at as Emily Mealing outside of her net again, going to grab that one. Mealing having to do a ton of work today. Kaylee Smith trying to get a header on that one, doesn't do so. Falls through to Peralta Fernandez. Go back to the Sting goalkeeper.
Yeah, Kelly Smith doing a fantastic job of pressuring every single Seneca Sting player she sees in her midst and in her grasp here.
A Weingarten here with a deep shot trying to find something, but goes off way far to the right side. Great idea from it. And again, Lancers having a little bit of a tougher time penetrating the Seneca defense. So do what you can. Like the creativity a little bit there. Just off. Couple of substitutions for both teams here. 54-57 played. In this matchup between the Loyalist Lancers and the visiting Seneca Sting here in Belleville, Ontario. Seneca Sting able to get that one out. Mustafi with a kick way far ahead. Lancers able to get out ahead on that one. Kaylee Smith trying to prevent a run-up and does so. Marriott now on the close side here. Ball's up ahead. Be potentially a collision with the goalkeeper. But Rachel Hack slowing down just a little bit to prevent that. As we see the ball picked up by Mia Sills.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity for the Lancers there to really push some of their players. We would love to see that maybe happen maybe one or two more times going to this second half here.
Sills trying to find a Sting player, but not able to do so. So Lancers now going to get kind of a free opportunity here in the offensive side. Ball's quickly thrown in there. Seneca end up taking that one back. Seneca not having as many up forward on this run. Sting on the outside going to Metcalf Simeona, but a referee going to call a foul or offside on the play. And Lancers on the far side here. Going to get another possession as referee says last touch against the Sting. I believe it was Talia Hutton. Kaylee Smith here with it. Be some missed opportune passes. Seneca Sting back in possession, but Lancers getting it back as we see Ada Beal trying to race to prevent any sort of breakaway on that one. Lancers now still holding it, trying to get out of their own zone on the far side. A little bit too aggressive there from the side of the Sting, so Lancers get a free kick. Beal with the short kick ahead. It's going to be to Kaylee Smith. Smith trying to put it ahead here. Trying to find Hack. Seneca quickly trying to get it out of their own zone. Now trying to slow down the play just a little bit, finding an opening. Padilla passes it to Hutton. Now to Mora. We're now trying to make a run up the pitch as Marriott is able to pick that one off there. Marriott trying to get it out of her own zone here, but not playing aggressive enough. As we see Pania being the aggressor and able to walk away with this one as Mealing comes up trying to get away from that one. Lorenko with a nifty little kind of pass shot that goes past Mealing, but unfortunately the other Seneca Sting in that one, Magnati, was not able to be present for that because I think that would have been an easy tap-in, but Lance is able to get it kind of out of play at least, and so it's going to be Sting ball on a throw-in on the far side. Mustafi. We have Mora. On the inside. To Pania. Gets through several different defenders there, and Lorenko tries to just tap that one through and falls just to the side of the net there as Mealing was kind of running that one, not making any kind of a diving effort, but looked like she was following that one out. But good setup there from the Sting, not able to capitalize. Mustafi. To Mora. Mora looking for that opening. Trying to go for a through ball, but ends up not timing that up with the runner. And so that's just going to go out, and it's going to be a Lancer goal kick. Just approaching 60 minutes played. Again, we have had a water break in the first half, so curious if the referee's going to have another one in the second half. Is Marriott with possession, trying to find a head to Kaylee Smith, but ends up turning that one over instead. Dennis Bertrand getting a foot on that one. to intercept, but going to go out of bounds. So Sting with the throw in. Sting throw in. Lance is trying to get that one out. Goes off a couple different players. Sting still in possession. It's going to go out of bounds. Sting with another throw in.
Yeah, Seneca Sting doing a great job of killing time right now. They have a very substantial lead, so there isn't any rush or push for them. So right now they're doing a good job of passing the ball, looking for shot opportunities.
Jeneme Oikel getting pulled in the second half. Thrown from the Sting to find Lourenco. Sting still have it. Trying to find an opening more to the inside. It's going to be Lourenco again. Inside of the box. Metcalf Simiana. Ball ends up going through and just over the net. Holy smokes, what a shot there from Magnotti. Just outside, Emily Mealing was there for it if it was right at her, but looked like that would have found a corner if it was on either side, but ends up just going over the net slightly right in front of the net.
Yeah, just almost grazed the top of the net there.
Jen Keller with a kick up ahead is going to be taken from the Sting here. It's going to be picked back off from Weingarten now. Lancers had a little bit of an offensive push. Ends up getting run into there as Lancers still have possession, trying to find an opening. Look at that ball on the inside. Taken away there is Magnotti. Great plays offensively and getting back defensively is Magnotti. Weingarten again. Pass to the inside, trying to find Dennis Bertrand, but not able to do so. Goes back to the Lancers side. Jen Taylor kicking that one ahead, but going straight out of bounds. So Sting with the throw-in.
I think the ball went a little down the hill here at the Lancer Stadium. There's a little bit of a lull in the game there.
It'll be passed to Sills, goalkeeper of Seneca. Now with Mora. Mora kicks it ahead, picked off by Kaylee Smith. Kaylee Smith now with an opportunity. Passing it to Dennis Bertrand. Dennis Bertrand trying to hold possession with that well on the ground. Playing the ball. Referee going to call a whistle. Give it in favor of the Sting. I don't know if Bertrand was expecting as quick of a pass as Smith gave her on that one. Metcalf Simiana and pulled out of this one for the Sting. Again, one of the goal scorers on this one. Sting with a 5-goal lead. Olsini Spence. Mora trying to pass back to Sills here. Hack trying to create some pressure. Sting still with it here. Going to be Pania. The inside, a little bit of an awkward first touch from the Sting, so Lancer's able to take that one back. It's going to be Kaylee Smith here with it. Trying to find an opening under heavy pressure from Pania. Able to deke around her there. A nice spin move. It's going to be Hack up front. It tries to go through, but Sills going to be jumping on that one. So again, Lancers having a few minutes of offensive pressure here. Dennis Bertrand here picking this one off. And stumbles a little bit there. Seneca Sting take back possession. Smith trying to prevent this run up again. Lancers having a few moments of feeling good in the offensive zone. Hopefully not feeling too lackadaisy on the defensive end from that, as we see Sting now with it. Several of the Sting defenders. We got 4 up front for Seneca as of right now. Osini Spence ahead. Now Sting going to be patient and circle around on the backside. Hutton going to be taken away here from the Lancers. Kaylee Smith trying to bring down this ball under heavy pressure. Seneca Sting being the more aggressor, coming out with that one. It's going to be Hutton in front of the box, but now Lancers able to take that one back. It's going to be Kaylee Smith here with it. Trying to pass it ahead to Marriott, but not able to do so off the Seneca defender. Smith now with it to Weingarten. Weingarten under pressure from Hutton. Trying to get around, but the referee saying it was too aggressive in that one. So another free ball here for the Lancers. Again, feeling a little bit more of like the Lancers are tired of getting pushed around, wanting to play more defensively. Feeling a little bit of a different energy the last few minutes here from this Lancer squad.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, they're not on a constant chase like they were in that first half, where every single time the Seneca Sting had a chance of the ball, they were freeing up players for a breakaway kind of opportunity. So now that Seneca is taking a little dial back, where they're doing a little more passing and creating open space, the Lancers have a little bit of a breathing room to now focus on maybe being a little more aggressive in the box.
Rachel Hack getting pulled out of this one as a substitution late in this one. As we see Ada Beal back to Emily Mealing. Lancers trying to change things up on the front end of the field. Lancers trying to get it out of their own zone. Aren't able to do so. It's going to be Lee here for Seneca. I believe the ball goes out of bounds there, so it's going to be Sting throw-in. Ball's in. Going to be Mora. Pragnell against Smith. He'll get that one through as several Lancer defenders clump up there. A little bit of a breakaway there from Mustafa, who tries to get through several defenders. And Mustafa off the top goal post.
Yeah, great touch by Emily Mealing there, getting just a little bit of a little touch as it was flying up slightly above her head there. So great job of being reactive and seeing kind of what was coming from that foot of the Seneca Singh attacker there.
Emily Mealing now with the goal kick. Another substitution for the Lancers. I believe that's Shaylin McNutt. And he's substituted out as we see the Sting here with it in the Lancer zone. Seneca Sting circling back to their defensive side to set things up. Now going to be Mora. Against Smith. Gets a ball through. Bull Lancers kick it back up. And end up turning it over. But Sting still where they were a moment ago. Ball's over the middle of the pitch. Nice little tap ahead to Hutton here. Passes it ahead to Pania. Pania tried to find an opening, but under heavy pressure there from Brooke Bolson. Smith trying to snag that one away as well as Pania. Really making some great effort there. And off the Lancer defender is Tiana Bentley. But luckily, Emily Mealing was there with the save.
Yeah, great battle down low from the Lancers there, showing a little more grit than we saw in that first half, really pushing off the Seneca Sting player who was trying to make a very aggressive push to the net, doing a great job of communicating, knowing who's going to take her if she moves to this next kind of phase here. But we are going to get a water timeout here, which is fantastic because it is scorchingly hot outside in Belleville, Ontario.
So we'll take a quick break and be right back. All right, we're back after that water break here. Lancers in possession with it. See if that water break refreshes them a little bit. Again, we saw earlier the Seneca Sting after one of the water breaks scoring immediately afterwards. Could be the same thing here as we see Pania with the breakaway on the net. Pania going for that one, and just like the first half, right after the water break, Seneca Sting comes out with some energy and puts that one through.
I guess the water breaks do work because Seneca came out recharged and ready to go as soon as that the time was set back.
So Martina Pania with her second goal of the game. Just recapping some of the other scores. Daniela Lorenko with 2 on the night as well. And Marlene Sewula with 1, as well as Faith Metcalf-Simiana with 1. So the Sting up 6-zip on this one, with 2 players looking for a hat trick if they can so, and for the Lancers looking for their first goal of the season. Sting now in possession with it. Going to be the far side of the pitch here. Sting still holding it. Kick goes up, ends up hitting off a player in between. So Lancers now, it's Ada Beal going out to the far side, and that one looks like it might just fall out of play here. And a turnover for the Sting.
Let's see what the Lancers do here.
Ball gets out, but still in possession of the Seneca Sting there. Great defensive effort from Tiana Bentley, which stops that forward momentum for a moment from the Seneca Sting, but they're still in possession here. Passing back to their own side. Pregnell to Mora. Mora with a heavy kick up front, trying to find an opening, and it's going to walk into Millian. As you see Becca Lee looking for a call from the referee. And there's a little bit of a shove from the Lancer side. Millian with a kick up high. It's going to be Therese on the close side, but a little bit too heavy. So Sting now with a throw-in. Mora. Going to be Pania. Trying to find an opening and does so, but that first touch isn't too great. Coming from the Sting. That was Mustafi. But Lorenko trying to do her part. And the Sting still stay in possession. Mustafi back to the left back here. And a huge kick across. So Sting looking to kind of reset here. Is Mora with it. Kick up ahead to Pania, who can't handle that first touch. So now Lancers in possession with her first touch of the game is Kaylee Hartwick. That's going to go out of bounds, waiting for the referee call here. Going to say the Lancers get the throw-in going off of the Sting player. Lancers making another substitution here. Mackenzie Reese with the throw-in, trying to find Kaylee Smith, but Pania heading that one out of bounds. So Lancers gets a re-go with the throw-in, just a little bit closer to the net of the Sting. Reese with another throw-in, going to Hartwick. Hartwick being sent on a through ball, but Sting defenders there in Pragnell. Reese trying to stop that one and take that back, but Seneca Sting now in possession. Still holding it. Could be Pragnell with a kick ahead, not really to anybody. But Ada Beal, back for the Lancers. Trying to let that one fall out for the last second. But it looks like the Lancers did get a touch on it at some point in there as the referee gives the ball to the Sting for a throw-in. Bianca Mora with a quick throw-in. Going to be passed ahead here to Pania. Trying to find an opening on the middle there. And the ball looked very good, but no Seneca player was in position to be able to snag that one. Nickel on the far side. 1-1 against Mustafi. But the Sting still able to hold this one here and going back to Mora. Bianca Mora having most of the possession in this game, it feels like. Seneca's thing very much trusting her. Every time passing back and trying to run a lot of plays up and down that side of the pitch. As you see the ball ahead to Lee. Lorenku against Bentley of the Lancers. And Bentley decides just to knock that one out of bounds. We'll see if that ball is able to be recovered because holy smokes, that went way out of bounds.
Hopefully they have a backup ball that they could go grab. Also, we do have a substitution coming in for the Lancers here.
It's like Ada Beal. He's going to be pulled out. Brooke Bolson checking back into this one. I think there was a couple substitutions after that water break as well. I believe that's Mustafa in the far corner here for the kick. Sting going with 5 forwards at the net. Ball comes through.
Oh.
And right in front of the net. Nicely picked off there from Tiana Bentley. Ball comes back through on a kick. Trying to find Lorenku. But just off a little bit on that in ball. But great offensive effort there from the Sting.
Yeah, that would have been quite a beautiful goal if Lorenku got her foot on that one there, as it was screaming past the net.
Milan having to wait a moment for the substitution. Was going to run up on that one. But short kick to the side here. We picked off by the Sting. Pania with that first touch. Hartwood coming back to play defensively on this one. It's going to be Pania again. Going to be Smith taking that one away for a moment. Is able to do so. She's going to get the through ball here to Marriott up ahead. But Smith just trying to keep it as long as she can, but ends up getting turned over there. That was a great defensive effort from Bianca Mora. And then Reese tapping that off of the Sting forward, Becca Lee. So Lancers now with the throw-in. It looks like Oikel is going to be checking into this one as well with Hartwick. Only playing about 15, 20 minutes here in the second half. But Oikel checking back in.
Yeah, Lancers having a lot of first-year players. We talked about a little bit in last week's game, where a lot of true freshmen on the Lancers side. Here on the Seneca side, I could see that there are only 5 true freshmen on this team. A lot of veteran players who've been in this OCAA league for a number of years now, who are really comfortable in this space and love those moments to get opportunities to play for their school.
Kelly Smith with possession of that, but we're going to have a foul on the play. Looks like too much of a push from Ella Pragnell on that one. So Lancers now in the Sting offensive zone. We'll see how many they send forward. Lancers have about 5 outside of the box wing there. Kick's going to come in through to Kaylee Smith. Kaylee Smith outside of the box. Kaylee Smith going for the shot. Dennis Bertrand trying to go as well, but not able to get that shot clean off. Seneca on the defensive side, putting up a brick wall. And Sting now trying to send it back the other way. Good pickoff from the newly checked in Brooke Balson after taking a little bit of a breather. Playing great through this one. We see Mustafa trying to send it ahead. Brooke Balson again just opting to put that one out of bounds on the far side instead of trying to casually get that, defend that, and get it out of play. Just not wanting to risk anything with this one as the Lancers come back to defend. Just about 10 minutes left on this one. Again, we did have a water break, so we'll see how much extra time the referee does give on this. We've had 2-ish plays that have also sent the ball far out of bounds. Lancers, again, looking for their first goal of the season. It'll be awesome to have that happen on this Sunday afternoon. But the Sting are in possession, trying to prevent that from happening. It's going to be Mora now from the far side looking for a shot. Amelia going running for that one, making a diving effort. Don't know if she got a hand on that one. Referee says goal kick, so nope. But Mora seeing that opportunity from far out. Lancers with a short kick here that the Sting are trying to take advantage of. Sting end up taking it back. A quick kick on the inside. Smith here trying to make sure that doesn't turn in anything badly, and now she's able to make a run on her own and getting a little bit too much pressure there. A referee calling pretty much anything that's just, a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, the referee has done a fantastic job of calling it fair for both teams. I think he's been very reasonable with allowing players to stay aggressive, but at the same time making sure everyone stays healthy and safe out there.
Bentley with a kick ahead to Marriott. Looks like the Seneca player, Seneca, kind of got wrapped up there with Marriott just a little bit, but Lancers in possession. It's going to be Smith here, trying to find an opening from the corner. Smith deciding to bring that up on her own. Going off of the Sting defender there is Pania, even though Pania has been a lot of the times more in a forward position. But Lancers is going to have a corner kick here. And again, looking for their first of the season. Looks like it's going to be Dennis Bertrand with that initial kick.
Let's get a good look here.
Weingarten, Oikel, Marriott, Smith, all playing inside of the box here. About 8 defenders there for the Sting. Lancers not too much in motion other than Smith here.
Smith about to get another running start out of this.
And Dennis Bertrand kicking that one out of bounds off the corner kick. So that's unfortunate for the Lancers. Mia Sills here with the goalie kick. Waiting for the substitution from the Lancers. Rossini Spence. Mustafa. Mora. Pania. Back to Mora. Mora's swinging it back to Mosini Spence. Mosini Spence with a kick up ahead. Able to find the Sting player. And the ball keeps on going here is Pania. Pania alone here, trying to beat Mealy. Mealy with a huge save, and Lorenko with a shot as well, but the Lancer defense holding up there. What a great effort as we see Hack now wearing the number 8 jersey for the Lancers with Dennis Bertrand with her. It's going to be Hack here against Finesca. And Finesca coming up with that one, but having to put that one out, so the Lancers now having to send everybody up the pitch.
Yeah, fantastic defensive effort by Mealing, getting a good touch on the ball, but also the Lancers defense really staying calm and clearing that ball as fast as possible to give the goalie an opportunity to get up and also to spring some of our players. That was a fantastic run out by the Lancers there to turn defense into offense.
Going to be Smith here against Hutton in the far side of the pitch. Across from us, but going to be to Lorenko here. And Lorenko only having one other Sting with her, but we're seeing another joiner from right behind. Going to be Bentley on the defensive side. Lorenko trying to look for the inside, but decides to go for a shot that's not too hard of a shot, so Emily Mealing able to grab that one easily. Ball from Mealing coming up. It's going to be Hack with that initial touch. It just goes behind her. She's going to give that one over. Weingarten trying to win that back, but Sting still stay in possession from it. Mosini Spence. Sting passing back and forth on their defensive side here is Mosini Spence. Trying to put a ball up and through for Lee. And Balson just letting that one ride, preventing the attacker as it just falls in the hands of Mealing. About 4 minutes left to play in this one. Sadie Spence. The kick to the far side is going to be Pania. Pania with an opportunity to potentially run up the side, but calling for a fellow player to join her. Decides just to pass back to Mora. Pragnell turns that one over. Going to be Oikel to Smith. But that pass being a little bit too soft from Oikel, so that ends up being a turnover as well. Pania now looking for an opportunity, thinking about taking the shot, does take the shot, and a big block there from Brooke Balson. as Morris sends that ahead. This thing's still in a great offensive position for this. Pragnell to Lorenko. Lancers trying to get that one out of their own zone now. It's going to be Dennis Bertrand here with Rachel Hack up ahead. Bertrand with a pass over to Kaylee Smith, who sends it through to Hack. Hack needing to sprint on that one, but Hack not really getting the engines able to go too much there, as Mosini Spence seeming to starting that run a little bit quicker, knowing that she was out of position defensively. And Bertrand and Mosini Spence coming together. Mosini Spence on the ground here. Bertrand potentially catching an ankle on that one. No call from the referee, but Smith over to the side. Going to be picked off from Hutton, and Hutton just puts that one out of bounds. And Mosini Spence now back up. Referee going to check on her. Seems that all is good on that front. Just a stinger. Dennis Bertrand and Evangeline Nickel coming out of this game for the Lancers. It's just a few minutes left in this one. Lancers on the offensive side of things, we're waiting for Mackenzie Reese. Seneca having several players here back defensively, only playing 2 up. Reese ends up passing that off of the Sting defender, so another chance at this throw-in from Reese. Reese able to do so. Goes to Mackenzie, falls through, goes to Hack. Hack now trying to just push that through, not able to do so. Goes back to Mia Sills. Sills with a quick kick, not too far, but Lynch is able to take that one back. It's going to be Weingarten now. And Sting taking it. Going to be Pania. Pania taking her time, but trying to find an opening. Going to be picked off there by Weingarten. Weingarten ahead to Smith. Smith with an opportunity to run, trying to send up Oikel. Oikel going for a run here with Rachel Hack. Oikel needing to get some pressure on that one, but just kind of getting through and touching that one a little bit. Thinking a little bit more aggression out of Oikel, and that would have been a phenomenal opportunity. But Sills with an easy save. Again, both Sills and Palermo with a clean sheet for Seneca. Decided that they were going to switch out after the 5 goals in the first half. As Moishi Spence puts that one out of bounds. So Lancers, again, coming to the close of their second home game of the season. Lancers looking for something offensively. It's going to be picked off from Hutton. Ada Beal back into this one as well, but back to Smith. Smith getting through some defenders, but great defensive defensive effort from the Sting is now going to see the Sting go the other way with some great effort. We're going to see Magnotti passing ahead to Lorenko. Lorenko here with Lee, but Beal making some great defensive pressure and deciding just to put that one out and give a corner kick to the Sting, not liking that offensive pressure, potential mismatch as well. You'll see Gianna Mustafa on the number 16 jersey with this corner kick. Again, we have hit that 90-minute mark. We have had a water break and a couple of balls that have gone are taking a little bit more time than one would hope to come back into place. We'll see how long the referee gives, but probably not too much. So the ball gets swung in here to Lee. Brooke Balson preventing that one. Just going to go out of bounds. Going to be another corner kick here for the Sting. Opportunity number 2. Sting potentially going for a short pass, but deciding to go inside instead. Goes to the far side, going past all defenders and attackers. And the referee is just going to give a goal kick as that one's going out of bounds. Far referee just checks his watch. So we know the referees are thinking about the time. And the referee is going to close this game out. Lanches unfortunately fall at home 6-0 against the Seneca Sting. Again, 2 goals from Martina Pania, 2 goals from Daniela Lorenko, 1 goal from Marlene Cibula, and 1 goal from Faith Metcalf Simiana. Thank you so much for tuning in to this OCAA live broadcast. My name is Stephen Chill alongside Caleb Seguin. I hope to see you next game and enjoy the rest of your weekend.